Good evening, INCO committee members. My name is Joseph Marcinko. I'm the Assistant Public Works Director, here to present information on the City of Oxnard's Water Division. This meeting is for the INCO committee meeting on January 4th of 2023. And I'm going to go into explain the information for the Water Division. So Oxnard's Water Division provides service 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We produce about 25 million gallons a day. We serve about 200,000 residents, and we provide water to hundreds of schools, parks, hospitals, businesses, and more. Some of the key Water Division areas are water resources. It consists of water sources, conservation, regulatory compliance, and water quality. Water operations, which consists of production, treatment, delivery, and distribution of that water, meters, as well as our advanced water purification facility, which consists of advanced water treatment, delivery, distribution, and metering of that water. So Oxnard's water resources consist of three different areas. So the first one is imported purchased surface water that we purchase from Cayugas Municipal Water District. This consists of about 30 to 40% of our supply. And as you can see from the graphics here, that comes via the State Water Project all the way down and conveyed from Sacramento through the State Water Project and all the way down to Metropolitan's facility, their Joe Jensen treatment plant, and that's treated there and conveyed through large pipelines in Simi Valley to Cayugas Municipal Water District, who then in turn conveys that down to our Springville Reservoir, which we receive water out of. The second area Oxnard receives water from is groundwater that we have groundwater rights to. We have about 7,600 acre feet that we pump out for allocations each year, and that consists of 20 to 30% of our supply. And last but not least, we purchase local groundwater from the United Water Conservation District, and that comprises about 30 to 40% of our supply. So some of the key water resources areas, the things that we work on annual water quality reports. I would hope that everybody sees these. They get sent to your home once a year. We send out a link. We have it on our website all the time. We really encourage our customers to learn about their water quality. It's very stringent in its requirements, and we have to communicate what's in your water to you. And that annual water quality report, also entitled Consumer Confidence Report, or CCR, we send out every year by January 1st. So we also have triannual public health goals, where we look at public health goal contaminants once every 3 years. We have to come up with a report on any detectable amounts, as well as what treatments are available to take those out and the approximate cost of that. We have annual state reporting, groundwater allocation tracking, groundwater reporting, water supply and demand tracking, drought response and management, water shortage contingency plans, as well as annual water loss audits. So another part of the water resources is key conservation areas. Conservation is a big, important part of what we do in water resources. We have to conserve them. So part of that goes with efficient water use, conserving those resources, preventing pollution from the water. So we want to make sure that it's not getting released into the environment and causing any other environmental problems. It takes a lot of energy to pump that. So we want to make sure that we're doing that in the most energy efficient manner. There's a lot that goes into water and why we're here. So we conduct a lot of education and outreach, ways that you can conserve water. As well as our new AMI project, which is going to give you a better, more real-time estimate on what your water usage is, So water savings and legislative reductions that we have to track as far as water allocations. So conservation requirements are frequently changing. The ones that are the most current are MWD and Cayugas Municipal Water District restrictions, which are 1 day a week watering schedules, only 10 minutes per station on your automatic controllers, and no watering of non-functional turf. Our staff is constantly working to make sure that Oxnard meets all of its conservation requirements. So part of the water operations that we have here, get back here, excuse me. So we have the water operations section, which is next. Some of the key water operations areas are we have 10 groundwater wells, 5 interconnections to United Water Conservation District. We have 5 interconnections to Cayugas Municipal Water District, 1 desalter facility, 6 blending stations, over 500 miles of distribution pipelines, 42,000 meters, and an advanced water purification facility. So more about the water operations. Water operations consists of production, that's producing the water, treating that water for treatment, delivering and distributing that water through pipelines all across the city and community, metering those operations so that we know how much water we're putting into those pipes and how much is coming out of it to the consumer. We have to make sure that those pipes and treatment systems are always in good working order. So maintenance is very important, as well as making sure we're available whenever there's a problem to the system, like let's say a sheared hydrant, and that we're available 24/7 for emergency repairs. So continuing on with water operations, just some added information here. Chemicals are added for disinfection. We have a desalter that reduces higher salt from the groundwater. We use that to blend that down with other water, groundwater. We conduct a lot of sampling to make sure we're protecting public health. We maintain water pressure and flow all the time for firefighting needs, as well as making sure that the integrity of the water system is intact, and that's through our backflow or cross-connection prevention program. So regulatory compliance and water quality are also very, very important. We must meet all regulatory requirements set out by the state through the State Water Resources Control Board and through the federal government through the Environmental Protection Agency. Your water quality, things you should know. We conduct over 300 different tests on your water and collect about 3,700 or over 3,700 samples annually. And these are required by regulations. Our backflow prevention program consists of almost 11,000 backflow devices. And these devices have to be tested and reported to the state on an annual basis. So one of the things that we are looking forward to the future is utilizing our advanced water purification facility, abbreviated AWPF, and looking to be able to develop that as a future water source. Some of the key AWPF points are to develop AWPF as an additional sustainable water source. It consists of multi-staged advanced treatment. That advanced treatment creates ultra-pure recycled water. We're currently producing only 1 to 1.5 million gallons per day. That plant has the capacity to run at 6.25 million gallons per day, as well as expansion capabilities of being able to be designed and retrofitted to create 12.5 million gallons of water a day. So what are the uses right now? We're currently using it for agriculture irrigation, and future we're going to use it for indirect potable reuse, IPR. We have to get approved from the state to be able to do that. We have to do a lot of demonstration and testing to be able to submit that data to the state and get it permitted for IPR. Where we use the aquifer storage recovery, where we'll take wells, we'll be able to inject that indirect potable reuse consists of taking that ultra pure recycled water, putting it into the ground through aquifer storage and recovery wells, and then pulling it out, making sure that it meets water quality standards, and being able to augment or add additional water to our potable water system. So this is just a schematic that shows you kind of the life cycle of your water. So you get it out of your tap, it goes down your drain, goes to your wastewater plant, goes from the wastewater plant into the recycled water plant. From the recycled water plant, it's going to go into aquifer storage. It's going to come out of that aquifer storage, and as long as it meets water quality standards, drinking water quality standards, then we'd be able to put it back in and utilize it as another water supply for our drinking water treatment. So we have a lot of water utility challenges I'd like to make you aware of. The first one being water availability and sustainability. As you've probably seen in the papers and understand from the drought, all of the water sources in the area in Southern California are being depleted. The groundwater levels are low. The water that we import from the State Water Project out of Sacramento is cut back to only 5% that they're delivering. And as I'm sure you've seen in the papers, Colorado River and Lake Mead supplies are very low at levels they've never seen before. To add to that, there are increased costs of water constantly. So because of the lack of availability, it's driving up costs, and we have to meet those costs in order to purchase that water from the various agencies. We also have to replace aging infrastructure. We have increased supply and material costs as a byproduct of the COVID pandemic. We have constant regulatory compliance mandates we have to meet, as well as we have to make sure that we have state certified staff available to run the system. There's not a lot of talent pool out here that have those requirements in the Ventura County area. So we're always struggling to make sure we have sufficient certified staff levels. That is the end of my presentation. I'll be able to answer questions at the corresponding INCO committee meeting on the 4th of January, 2023. I look forward to meeting you and answering your questions then. Thank you very much and have a good evening.